My darlings, people around the world, you can imagine me, precious Raymond, Nigeria former artist and former actress of Nollywood, Nigeria. You could imagine that me, precious Raymond, spent almost 20 years living in a communist country. Me! Do you know how disappointed that is? Do you know what they call communist country? Communist. Where a man hard work is taken away from him by the state and the government and give it to some people else. Did you know what that means? A man hard work, home, money, children, everything I make, me, I am the man. I'm saying, when I say man, I say to me, everything I make has been taken away from me by the state and the government. The communist countries I have been living. How can I even explain to people that I, precious Raymond, Nigeria artist, living or has been living in a communist country, communist, where a man had work, money, home, everything, money, children is taken away from him. Communist country, taken away from him by the state and the government. Blackmailing that man, using the weakness of that man against him, and continue to take from him, and they will never stop. The state and government will never stop until the man is dead. That is the country I've been living. Unbelievable. In my next life, if I grow old and die someday, in my next life, I will never ever live in a communist country again. I hope such thing will never happen to me. A man hard work is taken away from him by the superpower. Superpower demand. Superpower done the problem and put the man into the problem and use the man weakness against him and use the problem the man is against him and take everything away from the man. That is my story. When I find myself in communist country for so many years, where a man is not allowed to express he or herself. My musical business died for many years, and I have been questioning myself, what is going on? When artists, celebrities find themselves in a communist country, that is how it is. Career die, music die, talent die, everything dies. That is what it is in a communist country. Thank you, people. Never wish to make the mistake I have made in my life. Never wish to make such a mistake. Don't find yourself in a communist country, a country where you cannot express yourself, you cannot live good life, you cannot have your own money, you cannot hustle and keep your own money and buy your own home, make family, and you choose how you take care of the children, in your own way. If you cannot have that kind of decision of your life, if any country who cannot give you that privilege to decide what happened to you and your family and your money, that country is not worth living. Say no. I say no. It doesn't matter what they will do to me further. I quit. Soon I quit. I quit already. Oh man. This is totally unbelievable. You make problem to somebody. You drag somebody into problem. You are the same person who is demanding the person should get away from the problem. Otherwise, you will take everything from the person. And the person is unable to get away from the problem because the problem you put to that person is too big. It's too hard. Or in fact, impossible to get away from it. And at the end, you indeed go to that man home, money, everything, and take everything away from him. The Swedish state and the Finnish state and government did that to me. Me, a little girl who have walked my ass out around the whole world. They hurt me. They drag me into their countries. They deceive me. They put me into problems. They demand I should stop this, I should stop that, which they know it is impossible because the problem they put me in is big. I'm trying my best. I'll be trying my best. Doing my best, and the same criminals go behind my back and destroy everything I have ever worked for in my entire life. Money, family, home, everything have been destroyed by the communist country I have been living in Europe, Sweden and Finland. Communist country. Communist! Just people, when you don't have money, you don't know how bad a country is. You just hustling, thinking that everything is your fault, you are poor, blah, blah, blah. Wait until you make money and put it in a country, and then you know who is a good country and who is not. When a man makes money, when you are rich, when you really make money, it's either by bank money or cash money. Just make the money and put it in a country. Buy a big home, buy cars, and then you will know who is a good government or not. A good government will let those things stay and think how to use that money by the person to grow. A bad country will take all of those money, everything away from that person and throw that person into the street. That is what the Swedish state and the Finnish state and government did to me. They drag me into their problem. I get in and I get stuck. Every little thing in that problem, they use it against me. They demand just because they want to take everything away from me. I am happy of my experience. I was told about this in Nigeria when I was a little kid, that Europe is a communist country. A man hard work is taken away from him. It's not like Africa where a man owns everything they have. They work their ass out, they can hustle, keep their money, buy a home, make children, and decide how they take care of their children. Europa is not like that. No. How can a woman like me find myself in such a country where a man cannot decide about his life, where a man cannot have his own money, where a man cannot decide how he wants to manage his own life? Anyways, this story is not going to finish today. It goes on and on. I just wish my enemies good luck of all the evil things they have done to me. Sweden and Finland, state and government, all the evil things they have done to me for so many years. They throw me into the streets. They pursue me away from the system from the beginning. And in the middle, they pursue me away from everything that belongs to them. They drag me in. And they flog me in the ass, pursue me away from their things. Push me to the street. Because when a man is frustrated, when you have no choice, you find yourself in the street. And in that street, I got successful. I make money, home, everything. What happened? The same criminals who dragged me into that problem from the beginning took it all from me. They make me into a huge problem I could not get away from. They make me a street girl. And they are the same person who is telling me to go away from the street. But they have no space for me. They have no place for me. They have no other things for me. They won't even let me in. If I try to come close, they will drag me out. All of these things has been a blackmailing. Just for them to take everything away from me. For them to use me or have me work my ass out. In the end, everything is gone today. That's my story. But it's not over yet. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.